Hello everyone, 2020 is here and it is time for Project Pan 2020. You know I am a very avid project panner. I panned for years and this year I think I want to make things a little bit more exciting in terms of the kinds of things that I pick. I want them to be fun. I want to push myself a little bit outside of my comfort zone to use more interesting color combinations, more interesting textures, experiment a lot more with textures. So I picked a few things that are a little bit out of my comfort zone or a little bit out of the norm for me to pick for a project pan purpose. Only a couple of things have transitioned from 2019 to 2020 and they're pretty much almost done. So, you know, once they're out, which is probably going to be by February, we will reconsider and add more stuff in. And if you want to watch the 2019 Project Pan, that playlist will also be linked down below because I know sometimes I like to run a weird playlist in the background while I'm cooking or cleaning or something. So in case you're interested, here it is. Let's start with the base. This is the base that is transitioning from 2019 into 2020. And I was kind of confident and a bit cocky in 2019 because I thought definitely I would be finishing it up for sure. No doubt it'll be done by 2020. Kind of in my mind, that's what I was thinking to myself, and it is not. There's a little bit still left, very little bit. I don't think it'll last beyond maybe 1 month with me using other stuff in between. So this Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream Broad Spectrum SPF 30 is in the color Opal 01. I love this product. I will be repurchasing it for sure. I do have a lot of bases and base products to get through, so it is not going to be an immediate repurchase. But once I deplete my selection of very lightweight moisturizing, like kind of sheer bases, especially with sunscreen, I will go back for this one because it does leave a very nice finish. Today it's on me. Especially in the center of my face. Of course, on my cheeks I have a highlighter, but really it's quite luminous. Of course, one of the other products that I'm including is probably responsible for the luminosity, but this is a pretty luminous finish, very lightweight, and doesn't provide much coverage, which is what I like. I like a tinted moisturizer. Next, we have a concealer. And this is a concealer in a stick format, which is my preferred format for pretty much everything. I think I need to start experimenting with stick foundations or maybe just wearing concealer for foundation because I generally spot conceal and don't really use foundation per se. So this is my favorite kind of a product. I do go through them. And this particular one is Tarte Amazonian Clay Waterproof 12-Hour Concealer. I did lose the bottom of the sticker did come off, so I don't actually know which color it's in, but it's one of those pretty long-wearing stick concealers. It's not really drying. The color's not a perfect match, but it does well and it blends out. It's not a full coverage concealer, which I was kind of expecting because it's like waterproof. I don't know if it's waterproof. I haven't tried like weeping with it on or something. I haven't had a chance to swim in a pool with it. So I don't know if it's waterproof. It does wear pretty well. It does have sort of light to medium coverage, which is fine. I don't mind that. I don't like light coverage concealers. Once it hits medium, I tolerate them. So this is a pretty decent product so far. And as you can see, there's really not a whole lot left. You know, I can probably finish it up in a couple months if I do use it consistently, which I'm not sure that I will because I'm a girl that follows her heart when it comes to using her makeup products. Now, this is the other very luminescent, beautiful product that I'm very excited to have, actually. And why am I including minis? I mean, look back there. Those are all my Guerlain meteorites. I have a few of them. And my purpose is to actually use them. I don't want them just standing around and doing nothing. This particular one is a travel meteorites box. And it's, I believe, in the lightest color. Yeah, 01. It's a beautiful powder. It's my favorite powder to use. I don't have a better powder that ticks all the boxes for me, but I don't think it's for everyone. It's quite luminous. It's a finishing powder, so only for somebody with dry skin will it be a good sort of setting powder, and that's how I use it. I use it as a setting powder. But then again, I don't want a powdery finish at all, which is when this comes in handy. It's pricey. They smell like sweet violet candy. So for me, the scent is a plus, but if you are very sensitive to scents and you don't want scent in your powder, could be a minus. I do like that it's pearls and not loose powder. Essentially, this is loose powder because those are quite powdery and they do pick up on the brush fairly well, especially if you're using natural bristle brushes, maybe goat hair or something like that. I mean, this is a beautiful powder. It has this vintage vibe, and this is a mini. So actually this was sold in a duo. So there were two of them. One was a white box and one is a pink box. I used up the white box already, but then I realized traveling with this is annoying and painful. So I didn't want to do it because, like I said, this is pretty much a loose powder. So if it like bangs around in your suitcase or in your makeup bag and you open it, kind of creates a poof. You need to keep it upright. So I travel with my Meteorites powders that are pressed, and I will be probably using those throughout the year as well. But this one is going to be my vanity setting powder. It's small and it's cute and it's fine, and I might be able to use it up fairly quickly. Who knows? But I will be using it, and I will be using it up this year. This is a favorite product, and for sure I will be enjoying it. And I decided to myself that I probably will stop purchasing powders and use up my Meteorites. So I'll start pulling from the shelf as this runs out and create my own little Meteorite looks, because some of them are corrective, some of them are a good setting powder, some of them are a blush basically, some of them are a bronzer blush. Like for instance, this year's release, the Golden Land Meteorites, this is really like a bronzer blush for me, which I love, or it could be a good powder for somebody of a deeper complexion, but I love the versatility, you know, for somebody like me, it is a very pretty bronzer blush product, and I like using it that way. So this is the setting powder kind of color way for me, and that's how I will be using them. Then we have a blush that is also transitioning from 2019 into 2020 with me, and this is laughable. Like, I was not going to force things. This is cream blush from Lipstick Queen. It's called Frog Prince. This is kind of like a cream gel blush, and it's one of those color changing things. Green, it changes into a berry color on my cheeks. And I really enjoy this product quite a bit. I usually don't like color changing things. I want to know what color I'm going to get. Like, what it is in the bullet should be what it is on my lips, or what it is in the pan should be what it is in my cheeks, just shared out, right? So I happen to have loved this color. This is a great color from my complexion. I really don't think it'll look all that interesting on somebody who's much deeper skin tone than me, because I feel like once you hit medium skin tones, this probably won't show up all that well. But again, everybody's skin is different, and maybe you have very acidic skin. I don't know how it reacts to different skin types, so I can't be sure. But it's pretty sheer on me on application, so I would imagine it probably doesn't carry a ton of pigment whoever applies it. So for me, this is a good product, but I don't think for everyone it would be, especially if you have oilier skin types. Probably go for a powder. It would last longer. Cream might not work out quite as well. And it is a Canadian product, which is really nice. I like supporting kind of local makeup brands. It is clean, which is nice. Again, I am leaning heavily towards cleaner beauty this year in my project pan, and you will see that because I will show you what I have here. So really, really nice. And again, this is going to be done in like a week or two. Seriously, this is not going to be many applications. I just couldn't get it out before 2020. And I was sure again that I would be able to, but I couldn't. So this is not going to be a long time survivor in this project pan. I'm definitely going to finish it up very quickly because this is almost gone. I did include another cream blush. And if you know my channel, you know I love cream products precisely because I have dry skin and I like a very dewy, glowy finish. This is another clean product. One of my favorite clean brands. They did send me some products in PR. This one was not one of them. This was something that I paid for. So this is Aura Multi-Use Stick in the color Courtesan. And it's a beautiful berry red. Red blushes actually look really great on most people. If you're ever in doubt, go for a red that is easy to sheer out or a brownie nude. One of those two choices will usually go with whatever it is that you're wearing. This is a flush look. It's a very pretty look. It's it's a buildable blush, so you don't end up with clown cheeks immediately, but you can get a good amount of pigment out of it if you wish to. Theoretically, it's a multi-stick, so you can use it on your eyelids, on your cheeks, on your lips. I don't like this texture for my lips personally. Some people might enjoy it more, but I don't like anything that is even remotely matte. This is a creamy stick. It has been working very well for me, and I'm a big fan of this berry red color. I think it's very pretty and very winter appropriate. There's quite a bit of product in this stick, so I suspect that this will last me into winter and spring and possibly summer, which is why I picked that color specifically, because I think that color will actually integrate well into pretty much any look that you do. It's just one of those Goldilocks colors, you know what I mean? Then we have another stick product. As you can see, sticks are my favorite, so I reached for them. This is something that my cousin gave me very recently, and it is from Thrive Cosmetics. From what I understand, they're also a clean brand. And it's called Brilliant Eye Brightener. The color is Stila, and it's one of those sticks. This is not very shimmery. It's kind of glowy, and it blends out well. It's new, so I actually haven't used it barely at all a couple of times. But what I noticed is that, okay, for sure, I'll try to wear it on my eyeballs. It could be a nice shadow primer, for instance. But what I'm really interested in is seeing how it works as a spot highlight. So I'll see what I can do with this and kind of use it in a multitude of ways and report back on what it does the best. Again, if I hate it, I can always toss it out of the project and pass it on to someone else. We're moving into the more exciting territory, eyes. This is going to be my palette for the year to finish up. This is Guerlain Palette Sans Couleur 06 Bois d'Azing. It's one of those super neutral palettes, and that was a very, it's going to be a companion palette, obviously, to whatever I choose to do with my eyes. And it's very, very neutral, very basic. And why I chose it is because this particular color selection is super versatile and excellent for travel, because you've got your, well, today it's on me, you can't get a ton of looks out of it at all, but you can get a very neutral look. You can use that darker brown shade as a liner, which I did today. That dark brown shade, at least currently, also works in my eyebrows, which is what I have in my eyebrows today. So this is quite versatile for travel, which is why I think it will make a good palette. I can take it with me when I travel. I can use it as a companion palette if I want to just do some makeup looks with maybe pull in some of my single shadows that are more exciting, or some glitters. And also, this white is actually, as you can see on my eyebrow here, is actually not a matte white. It's sort of this pearly pink blue shifting white, which makes it actually a candidate to be worn also as a highlighter on the cheeks. If you're traveling, again, the less you pack, the better. So we'll see how that goes. You know, I don't have a great track record on panning palettes, so I think it's going to be quite hard. I have so many cool shadows. It's going to be difficult. I'll just keep it on hand, and whenever I need a neutral color, I'll just reach for that instead of another neutral color. So that's how I'm planning to make it happen this year. Here's something exciting. I'm including a glitter. First time ever in the years that I've done Project Pan. I really haven't ever used a glitter on a regular basis. I don't know what happened this year, but before I was like anti-glitter, no, I hate glitter. And this year I'm like, why not? Glitter is kind of fun. I think also my life circumstances changed in a way that I've become my own boss, and now I don't really have a dress code because I make the rules. I can do whatever I want. I'm not a particularly formal person, so really at my work, I'm not even business casual. I'm like pretty casual. Not like joggers casual, but I'll wear leggings with a tunic, and that's my work outfit. Previous to that, of course, it was a lot more dressy. I was working in a hospital. Now my clinic is a fairly casual environment. So why not glitter? I will play with it. I'll try it out. I like using glitter either in the center of my eyelid, in the corner, or one of the cool ways is just to put it along the lower lash line if you don't have very sensitive eyes. And so this particular glitter is actually almost out. That's another thing that I'm trying to do. That's another point that for this product, because I don't think it'll last very long. I think it's pretty much almost done. So including it in a project pan is a good way to just get it completely finished. get my total use out of it, but also to see if that is something that I can include into my everyday sort of project pan or everyday makeup bag. Can I wear something like this to work? Can I make it work in a way that is comfortable and not weird? So we'll see. I'll report back. Either way, this is going to be done very, very soon. As you can see, I even took the stopper out because it's hard to get product out at this point, so I'll probably need to utilize my spatula. Most of it is just here on the bottom, but I suspect the fact that I took the stopper out will probably make it dry out faster. So I'm not sure how long this is going to last, probably not very long. And then, no surprise, in terms of liners, I have this Physicians Formula Shimmer Strips Custom Eye Enhancing Eyeliner Trio from the Nude Eyes Trio. I use these all the time, so this is not a surprise at all for anyone. I do have not that much left of the pencil. I like these pencils. I've been buying them for years. They're a very basic pencil for me. It's not like they're my favorite, best one ever, but they're fairly affordable because you're buying a pack of 3 for like 11 bucks, so that's pretty good. They have shade ranges that I like. I like that you're getting a trio and you can play with different colors, and I pretty much like the formula. It's not one of those that will work as a kajal at all, so this is not super smudgeable, but it is sort of like a gel formula which will set and not budge. So pros and cons: if you are into kajal liners, that's probably not what you want, but if you want a very basic sort of cream gel liner that will stay, these are great and fairly affordable, as I mentioned. Another clean product that I'm including is a lip gloss, and this is a full-size lip gloss, which is unusual for me. I normally play with minis, but this is a Vapor Beauty gloss, same company as this stick was from. Like I said, this stick I purchased with my own cash, and the gloss was sent to me for consideration for review. I really like the gloss. So it's this peachy color. It's called, by the way, Elixir Plumping Gloss in the color Trust from Vapor Beauty. Again, clean deck of ingredients, which I love, as you know. This peachy neutral color is just perfect. It really reminds me of the lipstick I just finished from MAC in the color Patisserie, which is my all-time favorite lipstick color. This really reminds me of that color. It's basically the same colorway, almost completely duped in a gloss format. Which is why I definitely reached for it. And it says it's plumping. No, you don't feel any kind of plumping going on. I suspect there's something probably like hyaluronic acid in there, which is technically plumping because it moisturizes the lips. Very comfortable, not sticky at all, and doesn't really travel outside of the lip line very much at all either. Pretty shiny, pretty glossy. Basically ideal gloss so far in terms of the color and the formula for me. I actually don't mind sticky glosses, but it's not for everyone, and this is not sticky, and I wanted to mention it because for a lot of people that's a very important thing. It doesn't stay as long as a sticky gloss would, so no, it's not a long wearing lip gloss. Does that exist? I don't know, but yeah, fairly comfortable, and I'm actually quite impressed. I would repurchase this with my own money, by the way. And then we have a lipstick. This is the last thing I'm going to talk about, and you know my love for Bite Beauty. I do love their lip products. I did try their multi-sticks and they were a bit of a disaster for me. So I'm very iffy on their multi-stick formula. I don't like it. So it's not all peaches and cream, but I do really like their lipsticks. These are the Amuse-Bouche lipstick in the color Kava. And there's like a bit of a struggle with that particular color. I am like in love with this kind of a color. It's dead pale, slightly purpley, grayish nude. But if you're watching me, you probably know that I actually went through a pretty blonde phase in 2019. And the problem, of course, with blonde balayage and dark hair, as you know, even if you tone it every once in a while, it does, like for me at least, you know, I'm not talking about anyone else. This is what happens to my hair. I get it professionally done. I have the purple shampoos and everything. And yet, because of the kind of water we have in our area, probably, we have pretty hard water, my hair does turn warmer. So it doesn't go orange necessarily, it doesn't turn brassy yellow necessarily, because I do put that effort into maintaining the blonde, but it does turn this buttery warm color, which is a pretty color, but let me tell you, does not go with gray lips. So when you're a blonde, this is much harder to pull off, and I was just not I just didn't like how it looked with that hair color. So now I'm back to like mousy brown, which is what I like. This is the mushroom brown trend. So I do love this, and this is pretty close to my natural color, which is here. My natural color is at the roots and it's dark. This is the same color, but a couple of shades lighter, basically. So for me, this looks like it belongs on my lips now. I did wear it a few times just at the end of 2019 after I got my hair done in this particular shade. And it turns out I really like it because of that. So now that I'm back to the cool mousy brown, I think this is going to be a great color and I will get a ton of use out of it. Whew. Okay, so this is my project pan. There's quite a few new interesting things going on. I'll try to wear them in the next update as much as possible. Of course, not everything, but at least some of the stuff I'll try to wear and show you what it looks like on the face. And then I'll update you on if anything finishes. So the things that I suspect might finish by next update is probably the Lipstick Queen blush for sure. Possibly this will completely dry out. It's not dry yet, but I just removed the stopper and I suspect that is going to be the end of that product. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll update you. That's the beginning of my 2020 project pan. Tell me if you're doing a project pan or something similar, or if you're focusing on any kind of products this year. I'm always curious to know. That's it for today. See you guys later. Have a wonderful day. Good luck to you. Bye-bye.